If you haven't already, subscribe on iTunes. And while you're there, please leave us a rating and review.
Or lease in the morning.
Hello and welcome to Paratalk with the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers. Paratalk podcast contains explicit language, scary content, and adult humor. Parental discretion is advised.
It's time for Paratalk, a wide-ranging discussion covering hauntings, paranormal encounters, UFOs, cryptids, and true crime. With your host, Stephen Brown, and your East Tennessee Ghost Seekers, Steve Wiseman, Andrea Brown, Elsie Adams, Jesse Arms, Amy Sharp, Justin Howard, and me, Mike Howard. To join in the discussion, email etgsparatalk@gmail.com. And now, it's time for Paratalk.
All right, guys. It's Saturday, and we're on Paratalk. Saturday.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It is weird. Yeah. We weren't able to be live last night because I wasn't.
No.
I wasn't alive last night. No.
Proof that zombies exist.
There we go.
Yes. And proof that maybe doing a good thing don't make you feel like a good thing.
No.
Yeah.
Not initially.
Yeah, not initially. I feel great today.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and I don't have to wear that fucking mask at work anymore. Yes. Yeah, so Thursday, I went and got my second shot for the COVID vaccine. Yesterday, I woke up dead.
You woke up dead.
I woke up dead yesterday. Yeah. Or at least I felt dead all day.
I mean, kind of looked like it too,
dude. I don't sleep during the day, ever. And
not a napper.
No, not a napper.
Well, I won't. I can't say that because there's been a few times where we've been, lounging days and.
Okay, but those are few and far between.
Yes, it's not like all the time.
No. Where a lot of people can nap every day, Steve Wiseman.
Yes, yes, he can.
And then get up and go back to bed.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't do that. That's like last night where I napped yesterday.
I totally feel it. I totally could.
Yeah, yesterday where I napped yesterday where I wasn't feeling good, I was up till 2-something this morning, wide awake. I had to make myself go to bed at 2-something this morning.
Did you spank yourself?
No. I laid there and I watched
Not that he's going to tell you anyway.
Laid there and
I
watched
wouldn't
TV.
know. I was asleep.
Well, I was right beside of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
you're a bad boy.
Head to head.
Go to bed.
Sleep. Wow. Sleep. Wow.
But yeah, so I don't nap, and yesterday I napped most of the day just because I felt like shit. But
welcome, Timmy Boy, Professor Gobble Farts.
Nice. Nice. Gobble Farts. Is that one of the Hogwarts schools,
No.
Andrea?
No.
No, it's not a school. Okay.
Nope.
Just wondering.
We're sure it's not the School for Giants or something.
I mean, that's not one that I've seen.
Gobble Farts is not one you've seen? Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay. You would be the expert.
I've seen.
Yes.
Gobble Farts?
I would have seen Gobble Farts, but I haven't.
I think that one would have stuck out in her mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, welcome, Timmy Boy, Professor of Gobble Farts. So, we've got a lot to talk about this week.
Yeah.
A whole lot. Where I didn't do anything yesterday. I put pod notes together today.
Yay.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of them. So, I'll apologize now.
Why? Why apologize?
Don't apologize. It's good stuff.
Seriously.
It is good stuff. And you know, last week was the first day of summer. Last Sunday
And
Yes.
episode 100.
And episode 100 was last Friday. Yes, it was.
Congratulations to Bethany again.
And
Yes,
Jason.
and Jason.
Yes. Congratulations to Bethany and Jason. And just so you guys know, the
Bethany.
bloopers. Yeah, her
Betsy?
real name.
Yeah, Betsy Boo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, her real name's Bethany.
Okay.
But the bloopers are totally put together.
It's hilarious.
It's funny.
So funny. We'll
funny.
show you.
We'll show you after the podcast.
Oh, God, I can't
It's hilarious.
It's funny. But yes. So we'll get that stuff shipped out to you guys soon, and you have to let us know what you think.
Yes,
Anybody else hear that echo?
I did.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was against the springs. It was Amy's voice and the springs. They somehow got that same
Move your thingy
note.
up.
It's not mine.
It's not mine because I don't
She
have
don't
any.
have springs.
She don't have
Maybe.
springy things.
Let's see if I move it up, then I expose the bottom.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't need my bottom exposed.
Lord God help us.
Don't need the bottom exposed.
It's going to be that kind of night.
Yeah, it is.
I can feel it.
Yeah. But as I was saying, last week was first day of summer. So what do people do during the summer? They travel.
Yes.
When it's not, a lockdown situation. And guys, we're not in a lockdown situation now.
Very true.
Most states.
Most states.
Aren't.
So you have the opportunity to travel. Like we're traveling to Octagon Mansion in a couple weeks.
Yes.
And then we're
my
possibly
gosh.
traveling to Octagon Hall.
But we were
Yes.
already in a quarantine when we went last
Oh,
year.
We
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we were.
We broke protocol.
Well, there
Because
wasn't.
we're
I don't know
rebels.
what
We're
you're
rebels.
talking.
There wasn't exactly travel restrictions.
No, not when
up
we
there,
went.
So.
No.
True.
Earlier on.
It was
Yeah.
all mask mandated.
Yeah.
But it's time to travel. It's time to get out of the house, go do something with the family, and why not go somewhere and scare the shit out of them?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And do it now before they put the country back in lockdown
Yeah.
because of
The
variant
new-
D.
Yeah. Yeah, they were talking.
Travel now.
They were talking about that the other day.
And if you
Thursday.
can't get out and travel, spend your hard-earned dollars in your own town.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's
Support
Betsy
your
Boo.
locals.
There's Betsy Boo.
Betsy Boo! Yeah. Support your locals. Support your local
Yes.
stores, your farmers, all of those
Speaking of
people
that-
because they're the ones that are hurt.
Are we going to hit up the hot dog joint again, or are we
course
going
we
to go
are.
somewhere
Yes.
else?
I think we got to hit the hot dog joint.
I mean,
I didn't get to go last
Okay.
year, so
Yeah.
Can I just say
definitely
that
want
we're going to be there for 2 nights,
So we can actually hit
hit
up
up
something
multiple
else.
places.
So if we're going to be there 2 nights, does that mean John's going to get us breakfast 2 mornings?
I don't know. We'll have to check into that.
Yes.
Those donuts were good.
They were
Yes, they
very
were.
good. They were very good.
So good.
All right. So, if you're going to go out and you're going to travel this summer, why not check out a ghost town?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? I would freaking love to.
Hell yeah.
Road trip.
Yeah.
Where's that echo coming from?
I don't
I don't know. Is someone's phone volume on?
Not
I
mine.
turned mine all the way down.
Mine's down.
Mine's down.
Mine's not even logged on. So, don't know.
Okay, maybe it's
Hey.
just in our heads.
Hey,
Hey.
You didn't echo.
echo.
Anyway,
He thought he heard it. It was just
Andrea, why don't you bring us into the introductions of ghost towns?
All right. Though there are some seriously spooky haunted hotels out there, these ghost towns are almost more frightening. The abandoned cities stretch all throughout America and are rumored to be extra eerie, but they weren't always that way. Most of them were once prosperous mining towns filled with people hoping to make it rich by discovering gold or silver. Now, many have been untouched for over 100 years, yet some still have a ton of historic buildings somehow still standing. There are ghost towns all over the U.S. If you're brave enough for a visit, they're located in Pennsylvania, Wyoming, Montana, Alaska, New Mexico, New York, West Virginia, and more. Not all of them are rumored to actually be haunted places, but some do have spirits of former business owners or residents wandering around the general stores or old jails. Not all of them are totally defunct either. One even apparently has an internationally acclaimed restaurant. Ready to plan your trip or take a virtual one? Check out this roundup of the best ghost towns America has to offer.
That sounds fantastic. God.
Get out your pen and paper, people.
Yeah,
You got to
yeah.
write these down.
Write them down
Yep.
or, listen to the podcast over
Over and over and over again.
And over again. which we
I
totally,
mean, we're down for that.
Yeah.
Listen as many times as you want.
As many
we
times
won't
as you
stop
want.
you.
Yes. All right. Amy,
All
since you
right.
lived there for a while, how about tell us about number one?
Number one. Okay, first off, we have Calico, California. Although you probably won't find any silver in this one-time mining hotspot, you can experience a gold mine of activities in this ghost town turned tourist attraction. At Calico Ghost Town, now a California historical landmark, you can explore Maggie Mine, the only formerly used mine in the area that's safe for guests to see. You can also take a ride on Calico Odessa Railroad to see all of the sites. If you're really feeling daring, you can even participate in one of the spooky ghost tours.
Sweet.
Nice.
See, I like ghost tours. I prefer investigating.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if I have the opportunity to go on a ghost tour in some ghost town, I'm totally going to do that.
Well, me and Cody went to St. Augustine with
Hey,
him
Jason,
and his
and
mom.
Man Cave.
We did a St. Augustine ghost tour, and we ended up investigating Castillo de San Marco.
Nice.
Which was freaking amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, big-ass fort. I mean,
Oh,
you could
wow.
hear the cannons firing every couple hours or so.
That's
It was
awesome.
pretty cool.
Wow. That's pretty
That
sweet.
is awesome.
All right, Steve, where are we going now?
We are traveling a little bit southeast and heading to Rhyolite, Nevada. On the eastern edge of Death Valley sits Rhyolite, a former mining hub. At its peak in 1907, this town boasted a hospital, an opera house, and stock exchange. The area seemed so promising that even Charles M. Schwab invested and bought one of the mines. Unfortunately, it did not take long for the thousands of people to scatter. A financial crisis, natural disasters, and the loss of funding caused nearly every resident to leave the Nevada spot by 1920.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
That's crazy that, an absolute prosperous town just doop, gone.
Done.
Oh, they call it like a boom town because that's what happens. Is it starts out with virtually nothing, and then like somebody discovers gold or silver or
then
something that they think is
boom.
going to be really worth something.
Crack.
And then exactly. Well, I mean, that was the 80s, Steve. You can still get it, but that was the 80s. But then, once it runs out, the town just dissipates because that's their source of income.
Right.
So
Sad.
it is. It's really sad.
Well, I'll just tell you guys up front. Number 3 on the list
Is on your list.
is on my list.
And
Yes,
mine.
and mine.
Yes. And it would probably be like as far as
In there.
Suck it.
bragging.
I'm actually not bragging. We didn't have a whole lot of time to stay, but we did drive through there, and I was peeing in a ditch when tarantulas started running at me.
so maybe I don't want to go
That's
there.
why it sticks out in my mind.
Yeah, so maybe I don't want to go there.
When you've been looking for a place to pee and you find a convenient ditch because there's nothing, you use the ditch. Well,
So, Stephen, where is this said ditch at?
This said ditch is in Goldfield, Arizona.
tarantulas.
Tarantula home. Aptly named Goldfield, was swarming with miners hopeful of gold in the late 1800s, but was dried up in 1898. Didn't last very long, did it? The area was inhabited and renamed Youngsburg in 1921, but was abandoned once again in 1926. No one wants to live in Goldfield. In 1988, the defunct city took the route of a few other ghost towns and became a tourist attraction with a handful of activities, including a zip line, a reptile exhibit, and horseback rides. There's also a museum, a saloon, and other different merchants. And apparently all the tarantulas you want, and you don't even have to, do anything but get out of your car and take a piss.
Yep.
I mean, they have
That's exactly right.
they got a reptile exhibit. I mean,
They probably have tarantulas too.
yeah. Surely.
Snakes.
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 Yeah. Sneaky snakes.
So what you're saying is you don't want Rodent to bring any travelers with him?
Oh, he can bring them. He just keep them the hell away from me.
But yeah, I would love to go.
Oh, yeah.
Love to. I just don't want to be around the tarantulas.
We just need to like all chip in on a big ass RV and take a haunted road trip.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Steve already named the month of July Octagon.
Octagon road trip.
Because we're hitting Octagon Mansion and then hitting Octagon Hall.
Yep, I like it.
And
Although-
we listen to rock and roll.
I
So
think
that's
I'm
right.
going to have
Octagon.
to pass up the hall.
Unfortunately. I know. It was one of those last minute things.
It's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
We'll be going back, I'm sure.
Oh,
yeah.
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 All right, Andrea.
Yes.
Number 4.
Tickle me.
St. Elmo.
St. Elmo, Colorado. Formerly named Forest City, St. Elmo was once a bustling mining center with a population of 2,000 at its peak. By the 1930s, though, only 7 people reportedly resided there, including the family who ran the general store and the hotel. One
Who did they sell to?
Six people.
Passersby. One who is rumored to haunt the place to this day. Now privately owned and maintained, visitors can still swing by the small city, which is said to have some of the most paranormal activity in the state.
See, that's the kind of small towns I like.
Yeah.
7 freaking people.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can pop in and get a bologna sandwich on your way through
fried
town.
bologna.
Yeah, so I watched this movie on, I think it was Amazon Prime.
Bats?
Maybe. No. I watched that one too.
Horrible.
Arachnids on a plane.
No, it was ants on a plane.
Okay.
Things on the plane.
Oh, it was arachnid tornado.
No, it was.
Boring.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. But no, I watched this movie the other day.
Now
It's
we know
called,
how Andrea feels.
it's called Population 436.
I've seen the ad for that.
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was really good. This guy, he's a census taker. So he's trying to find this little town, and he stops at this gas station. And he asks, hey, where's whatever the town was? And no one would even answer him. They just walked away from him when he asked. So he's driving on down the road, and he finds this little gravel road that goes off to the side. And he's going out through there and driving and then hits this rut and blows 2 tires.
Yikes.
And basically, population 436, it had stayed at that population for like almost 200 years.
The town wouldn't let anybody in.
But no, as soon as a baby was born, someone had to sacrifice themselves.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Or
Okay,
if
I'm gonna have to
someone
check
or if
this
someone new came to the town, someone had to sacrifice themselves.
Oh, snap.
So the population could not change from 436.
Wow.
But it did for that moment. in
For a
time.
moment, but it was all in one day. Like you come into town
437.
today-
No, bitches. Bang. 436.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean,
Dude, not it.
Nose goes.
but yeah, I mean, like they would celebrate the person that would kill themselves.
Weird.
They would.
So it's kind of like a martyr
Yeah, I mean,
for the town to remain
they
at
would
436.
like the men of the town would get together and they would draw a name out of a hat, and it would be one of their wives, and she would kill herself. She would.
Always a woman?
The one I saw, it was a woman, but they had a galley set up and she's standing up there with a noose around her neck and just smiling happy-go-lucky, and they're like, drop her. Poof. And she's jerking, and everybody's like, woo, yeah, dead. Myrtle's gone. Yeah.
436.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean,
I'm going to check it out. You said it's on Prime?
I think it's on Prime. Yeah. It was either on Prime or on Shudder, one of the two.
I mean, I would kind of think, maybe they would start with like
The
oldest.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Midsummer.
Yes. Yes.
That movie was messed
Quit
up.
your bitching, Memo. Get in the goddamn gallows.
Man, we're going to miss your chicken and dumplings memo. But
That's why they
but you
kept
got
them
to
around.
go.
It was the cooking. It was
Yeah.
the cooking. That's why they kept them.
That's what you get for not cooking my fucking biscuits and gravy.
You and them damn biscuits and gravy. If you spit in the kitchen again,
Dude.
I will hurt you this year.
I didn't spit. I snotted.
I'm sorry
Yeah,
if
he
you
snotted.
if you hork up a loogie in the kitchen again like you did.
It wasn't
No,
loogie. It was a hillbilly hanky.
Yeah, he hillbilly hankied it. It was
That's no
horrible.
wonder
Let me
they
show
got pissed at us. You do it, and you will be picking yourself up off the floor, mister.
Wouldn't be the first time. It's quite frequent here lately.
It's falling and I can't get up.
That's why
Freaking
there's
hip.
moaning from your room.
But not only that,
Yeah. Okay.
I just got the Lifetime Award from Pornhub.
The Lifetime Wankers Award.
Did you get that with your AARP discounts?
I did, yes. Matter of fact, I got my AARP card in the mail yesterday.
I can't.
Congratulations.
I just, done.
All right, Amy, where are we going next?
Oh, fuck you.
That's where we're going next. It was more like, oh fuck you. It was all one breath.
I'll never live that down.
No,
I don't know
you will
if
not.
Betsy had heard you. I don't know if she was on when you were telling about
Her
talking about
or Jason, neither one were on. I got the blooper reel put together. We'll get everything put together and shipped out to you guys really soon. So be waiting. I'll let you know when I ship them.
Yes. Okay, now we're going to go to Terlingua, Texas. Though most of its residents fled after the market for mercury crashed, Terlingua actually remains fairly bustling. Visitors can snack on chili at the internationally acclaimed restaurant, grab a drink at the saloon, explore the ruins, and wander the halls of the old jail during their time at the historic hotspot.
Nice.
I like good chili.
I love some good chili.
Andrea makes the best.
Thank you.
What was the movie that had the chili contest where the guy or girl or whoever it was put the human flesh in the chili?
I know of a Criminal Minds episode where the guy did that.
Not really.
I love Criminal Minds.
There was a movie where they did that. I can't remember which one it was.
I don't know. It's not ringing any bells for me.
It was an old one.
This is My Life by Jeffrey Dahmer.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I was actually thinking like that kind of describes the number of serial killers.
Yes, she does, Jason. Yes, she
Yeah.
does.
Jason said Andrea makes great cookies at Halloween.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes. She makes great cookies year round.
Yes, she does. She really does. All right, Steve. This next one.
It's on my list
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
Totally
Definite
is.
bucket list. Both of them.
Yep.
We are heading to Virginia City and Nevada City, Montana. Interested in experiencing the mortal fear of trying to stay alive in the gunslinging Old West? The former residents of Calamity Jane, Virginia City has resisted change since 1863, with hundreds of historic buildings still standing. 1 mile down the road on Alder Gulch is Nevada City, another town that boomed and busted thanks to the gold rush. Ride a train between two cities where you can witness early settlers struggle to survive and actual historic events through living history shows the hanging of Red Yeager. Anyone? The reality of life in a gold rush town is likely to leave you shaking in your cowboy boots.
They didn't have all that
There's
fancy
a
shit when
snake
we were there.
in my boot.
I want to be a cowboy, baby.
Oh, God.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
So what you're saying is you're going to be out buying some cowboy boots and a hat
I've
tomorrow,
already
right?
got.
Oh, God.
I have boots. I've had boots for years. I haven't worn them in years, but
Well, you know, if
since
you,
my 17th back surgery.
Yeah. I have some safety toe cowboy boots.
Yeah, that he never wears.
I've worn them to a funeral.
One time
Yeah.
in 3 years.
Or longer. I think I may have
Yeah.
had them longer than that. Yeah.
You know, this next city might be a good one to put on the list as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Next, we're going to Bodie, California. Abandoned by the discouraged gold rushers who followed William Bodie
You even have your glasses on.
I know.
They're scratched. I checked.
Oh, they're very scratched. But okay, let's start that over. Abandoned by the discouraged gold rushers who followed William Bodie to the town to try, but not to succeed, to find more of the precious metal than he had discovered in 1859. This well-known ghost town in California has been left eerily untouched for more than 150 years. Shacks still stand with tables set, waiting for their long-gone residents to return, while shops and restaurants are still stocked with some supplies. That's where we go when the zombie outbreak happens.
Gotcha.
Prepared to serve.
You wouldn't want anything in there.
No, right.
See, and you're laughing because I have cowboy boots. We're going to need them.
Prepared to serve customers, or prepared to service customers who will never arrive. If that isn't spooky, what is?
Steve, I was going to say, if you wear your damn cowboy boots, get you a hat. Somebody might decide to ride the cowboy.
I had a nice Stetson.
You know, his name might be Billy Bob, but...
Coral.
So here's one.
I kid. He's a nice looking gentleman. Ladies, get you some Steve. Okay, just don't make an ass out of yourself when I'm trying to sell the product here.
I can share my Pornhub subscription with one person for free.
I'm trying to sell the product here, Steve.
Work with me here.
We can't find you a nice girl like that. Oh, wait, you don't want a nice girl.
Shucks. Just whip me, beat me, treat me like the dog that I am.
God, I love you.
Oh, my God. Where are you taking us, Andrea?
We're going east.
Ooh, east.
Cahaba, Alabama. Southwest of Selma lies Alabama's most famous ghost town. As the state's first permanent capital from 1820 to 1825, a bustling center for the trading and transport of cotton before the Civil War, and a village for freed slaves after the war. This town, at the confluence of the Alabama and Cahaba rivers, made several comebacks after floods and yellow fever epidemics. Unfortunately, its residents all drifted away for good by 1900. Now known as Old Cahaba Archaeological Park, the town and its abandoned streets, cemeteries, and ruins have been the setting for many ghost stories, including one about a ghostly orb appearing in a now-vanished garden maze at the home of C.C. Peegs.
Neat.
Interesting.
Yeah. I wonder if the cousins know about this one.
I don't know. You may
I'm
want to
gonna
reach
have
out.
to tell them.
How far is that from them?
We don't know. Have to look it up on Google Maps.
Yeah.
How come she's never on in the chat room?
I have no idea.
You need to get on.
They're
there.
always partying on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Speaking of people in the chat room, we have a new follower. I don't know if they're in the chat. I don't think they're in the chat tonight, but there is it's called Mountain Oddities.
Okay.
Nice.
On Chapman Highway. And Alora was there today, and she was talking to him about it, and they followed us on the spot. So
Nice.
Paratalk or ETGS? Or both?
ETGS, I think.
Nice.
Awesome.
Cool. Welcome,
Mountain is that an
Oddities.
outdoorsman shop?
No.
Oh.
No.
It's apparently part comic book and figure store, as well as fossils and skulls and
that type of
gemstones.
oddities.
Yes, that type of
Ooh.
oddities.
Where's it at?
Right, it's somewhere on Chapman Highway.
To look that
In
up.
South Knox, or I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
that's where Chapman
That's where
Highway's
Chapman
at.
Highway is.
Well, Chapman Highway runs into.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I know that they went today though, and apparently they have these cups that they call shit cups, and you can buy a shit cup, and you don't know what's going to be in it. It could be worth $10 that you pay for it, or it could be worth $35, $45, upwards of that.
Two
So they
chicks in a cup.
Yeah,
Google it.
don't. But
Jason
they
said
got a
he's-
lot of nice stuff out of it.
Jason said he's got some
Really?
interesting stuff. He's at CreepyCon every year.
Cool.
Nice.
The guy that owns that.
I wonder if they were
I'll have to
at
message
Zombie
Laura.
Fest.
Possibly.
I think they were at Zombie Fest.
They may have been that place that had all the
really cool
the
oddities.
creepy dolls and
Yeah.
skulls. Yeah.
Yeah,
bet it was
she said they. I think she said they've got a replica of Annabelle that is
They were
actually
there.
haunted.
Mm-hmm.
They were there.
That was them.
Yeah, they were at Zombie Fest.
Awesome.
Yeah, 'cause-
hate that I missed that.
Yeah, because I went over and I was tapping on the glass.
Of course you were. Of course you were.
Hey,
Hit your freaking idiot button.
hey, are you real?
Come here, dumbass.
Excuse me.
Yeah, we'll have to go check them out.
Definitely.
All right,
Let's go to Alaska.
let's
Okay.
go.
Only in
It's
the
actually
summer.
it's on my bucket list.
It's probably not,
is on my bucket list.
freaking 90 degrees there right now. So let's go.
So we're going to Kennecott, Alaska, considered the best remaining example of early 20th century copper mining. This mill town is at the end of a 60-mile dirt road in the middle of Alaska's massive Wrangell St. Elias National Park. Sorry, I've only been reading for 2 days.
Yeah.
I can tell.
From 1911 to 1938, Kennecott employed as many as 300 people in the mill town and 300 in the mines, processing nearly $200 million worth of copper. Wow. As a company town, it included a hospital, general store, school, skating rink, tennis court, recreation hall, and dairy. By 1938, however, the copper ore was tapped out, and the Kennecott Copper Corporation, say that 3 times fast, abruptly abandoned the town, leaving behind their equipment, their buildings, and their personal belongings. The National Park Service and tour operators offer guided access to the 14-story concentration mill and several other historic buildings, telling tales of lucky fortunes, tenacious frontiersmen, and tragic endings in the remote wilderness.
Wow.
Wow.
You know, I bet they were.
Alaska.
I just wonder if the copper mines were like the coal mines, like in West Virginia, Kentucky, and southeastern Ohio. You know, where they had their own company store and they didn't get paid in money; they got paid in
Like,
They call it
chips or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, mine money basically, and they had to use that, you know, to buy
buy
stuff
all
from
their
their groceries,
necessities. Yeah.
from their general store.
Probably.
So I'd say the copper mines up there because about the same time, you know, time frame.
I swear that would be so freaking cool to go and see this town that has all of that, a hospital, store, school, skating rink, you know, all of this
Yeah.
stuff, and just
From the 1800s.
nothing.
Right.
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
1800s, and now it's just dead. Ghost town. That is. Oh,
Let's go.
I wanna
Let's
go.
go. Let's
Yes.
Let's go now.
Okay. Bye.
That's the yellow pages, Steve. You let the fingers do the
Do the
walking
walking.
through the yellow pages. All right, take us somewhere.
Well, I'm not going anywhere from my last read. I'm in the same state.
Good. You don't have to travel far.
I don't have to travel too far.
Yeah.
But now I am in Bannock, Montana.
Ooh.
This desolate former mining town in Montana is so riddled with paranormal activity, it was featured in an episode of the Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures. I bet it was a demon.
And it said Zach.
Of course it was. Had to be a demon.
It had to. Founded in 1862 when John White discovered gold on Grasshopper Creek, Bannock was a typical gold rush town in the Wild West. After gold was discovered in nearby Virginia City, many prospectors moved there, and the road between the two towns became the scene of more holdups, robberies, and murders than almost any other stagecoach route, with the leader of the outlaw gang later discovered to be Bannock's very own sheriff.
Damn.
The mining town lasted longer than
No
most,
wonder he couldn't catch him.
with its population finally petering out between 1930 and 1950, at which point the state of Montana made the well-preserved town a state park. Today, over 60 structures are still standing, most of which can be explored.
Yes.
Nice.
Let's go to Montana.
Right?
Yes.
Nice. Well,
But we need to go in the fall when the
Yeah.
mosquitoes are gone because their mosquitoes are bigger than most state birds.
like pterodactyls.
Yes.
Pterodactyl skeeters.
As they come in, they go.
I thought it was a pterodactyl.
The pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl skeeter.
pterodactyl.
Yes, pterodactyls. All right. Well, on our way to Wyoming, why don't we stop by South Pass City, Wyoming? We're on our way to Montana. Why don't we go to Wyoming?
Okay.
We might as well. We're right there.
We are.
Let's do it.
We're right there.
Let's go.
So, in South Pass City, Wyoming, Another well-preserved mining town in the American West. South Pass City was founded in 1867 when the large Carissa gold deposit was discovered near the Sweetwater River. That's one of my favorite beers, Sweetwater. Love them. God, I got thirsty. Located about 10 miles north of the Oregon Trail.
Oh, snap.
On the Continental Divide of the Rocky
But
Mountains.
how many of you survived the Oregon Trail?
I've died so many times.
Same.
Yeah.
I died, but I also survived.
All right. Throngs of prospectors soon descended onto the area despite the severe conditions, hoping to strike it rich. Within a year, the population had swelled to about 2,000, mostly men and saloons, brothels, and the boisterous and dangerous life of the frontier. I've lost my spot.
Frontier town.
There we go. I lost where I was going to on the other side. Frontier town were in full swing. Despite throwing themselves into the backbreaking work, the prospectors didn't find more large gold deposits. So by the mid-1870s, only 100 people remained. Homes, stores, hotels, saloons fell into despair, with the last of the pioneer families moving away in 1949. Today, a handful of residents have returned to live in South Pass City, and the South Pass City's state historical site features more than 30 preserved historical structures dating from the city's heyday.
Cool.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, if we make this journey,
We have to take 2 months off work.
Yeah.
we could do it quicker than that. But
Here's 18.
recovering, on the other hand,
Yes.
and then I'm just saying, if we make this journey together,
Then we recover on a 7-day cruise.
we have to all
Yeah.
commit to cowboy boots and hats.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Totally. Yeah.
All of us.
Just chaps here, baby.
What are you
You
trying
guys
to
keep
say?
talking.
Buttless
just say it.
chaps.
Yes.
So he's going to start barking.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about the next one.
Yeah, you know what this place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Centralia, Pennsylvania.
And what video game and movie is based on?
Silent
it?
Hill.
Yes.
With smoke and noxious gases escaping from every nook and cranny, this Pennsylvania town has been smoldering since 1962, and its underground fire is expected to burn for 250 more years. A landfill burn gone awry sparked the fire in an abandoned coal mine, which quickly spread into the veins of the coal deposits that had once been the key to Centralia's prosperity. When the initial damage was done, the catastrophe had scorched 140 acres of the town and the surrounding areas. Residents evacuated, homes were leveled, and the highway was closed down as the massive fire caused gaping sinkholes spewing fumes. Of the nearly 2,000 Centralia residents who were there when the mines caught fire, only 6 still remain, determined to make the few streets and buildings in this doomed town their home until they die.
It's actually condemned too. They
Yeah.
condemn the whole town. The only thing I can think to do would be, it would take an awful hell of a lot of cement.
Yeah.
I mean, because you can't even fill it with water.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, Betsy in the chat said, it's off guard now. People went during the quarantine and now nobody's allowed there. They ruined it.
Boo!
Oh, wow. That
So,
sucks.
Yeah. That's terrible.
It
Just a
is.
few people ruin it for everyone.
Yeah.
That's a few people are why we have to put warning labels on everything.
Yeah. It's people like that we can't have nice things.
Idiots that eat Tide Pods.
And
Yeah.
I believe there's a town in Ohio very similar to that. The I guess it was a coal mining town as well, and the fire caused the coal underneath the town to start burning.
Yeah.
And the noxious gases and everything, so everybody had to abandon the town.
Wow.
There was a documentary, I think, on Netflix at one time.
Yeah.
About it.
You know who was from somewhere near Centralia that's in the paranormal field? Katrina Weidman.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah.
what? Huh?
Yeah, she grew up near there.
Yeah.
So I saw a documentary on Centralia and she was in it. All right.
Cool. All right. Number 13, my lucky number. We're going to Thurman, West Virginia. So Thurman's empty downtown belies the fact that 5 people still actually live in this West Virginian town. Now a ghost of the thriving community it used to be. Once a big stop on the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway, the invention of the diesel locomotive in the 1950s rendered its coal-run railroad obsolete. The train depot is now a museum, Amtrak station, and visitor center for travelers who come to the region to raft on the New River Gorge National River. And the quaint Thurman Historic District is on the National Register of Historic Places. Surprisingly untouched by modern development, Thurman is a throwback to an American town of the past, an unsettling reminder of how prosperity can be fleeting.
I've been over that New River Gorge Bridge. Mm-hmm. Holy shit, that's freaking up there.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They do base jumping off of it all the time.
Yeah.
And bungee jumping. And
you can't fix stupid.
It's like, I'm not exactly sure how high it is, but it's several hundred feet.
Yeah, it's really, really tall.
Yeah.
I don't like heights, and I don't like crossing that bridge.
Yeah. It probably wouldn't be a place for me.
Probably not.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll just throw a Xanax in your mouth and you'll be fine.
That's how I'm going to have to get him to fly.
Yeah, I guarantee it. Guaranteed.
The only way. Not enough alcohol.
Yeah.
Plus, I can't haul him. He's got to be a little, like...
A little mobile.
A little mobile.
What was it again? That was a nice dance. I like it.
Well, wavy, wacky orange guy.
All nimbly bimbly for your entertainment.
All right, Steve, where are we going next?
We're heading to the southwestern part of the United States and Glen Rio, Texas, New Mexico. During the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, travelers packed Route 66, sending tens of thousands of people through Glen Rio, a tiny town on the border of Texas and New Mexico that offered motorists a road stop with gas stations, diners, bars, Western-themed motels, and even a dance hall. When I-40 was built in the 1970s, however, drivers now bypass the former overnight desert oasis. Listed on the National Registry of Historic Places, the Glen Rio Historic District includes the old Route 66 roadbed and 17 abandoned buildings like the Little Juarez Diner, the State Line Bar, and the State Line Motel. It's now broken signs announcing to non-existent motorists that it's the last in Texas or the first, depending on your direction of travel through the American West.
Nice. I just want to go down Route 66. I want to travel.
I would like to
Route
take.
66.
I would like to do Route 66 the whole way.
55.
Wow.
66.
Yeah.
But
you could have went with Get Your Kicks on Route 66.
Yeah.
He couldn't think of it. Come on now.
I think that would be an amazing road trip. Just going and checking out, because once I-40 got in, you know, all these little towns just kind of.
Yeah.
Just think of the little mom and pop eateries.
Have you seen the movie Cars? We know what happens to these little towns.
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
What?
Never seen Cars.
Lightning McQueen?
No.
What?
Mater?
Who?
Mater?
Huh?
Okay, after this,
Toe
we're
Mater?
watching Cars. We are watching Cars after
Dude,
this.
Cars is an amazing movie.
It is.
It really
Amazing
is.
movie.
It really is.
I didn't
And the
like
second one's
last
okay,
one.
but the last one,
I've never seen anything but the first one, and because my kids were small enough to want to watch it, and I was like,
Oh.
another kid movie, just
I could
kill me, but
I
it was
swear,
really good.
I could watch Cars because I did watch Cars.
You being a
500
race fan,
times.
growing up
Yes.
a race fan and stuff, you would love it.
Really?
I know my brother-in-law, Sean, ex-brother-in-law, Sean, he cried watching Cars.
Really?
Yeah.
It is such a good movie.
Wow.
We're watching it. We're watching it.
Okay, just as long as it doesn't go into about 1:30 in the morning, that's when my OnlyFans starts.
Yeah, no, we should be good. We should be good by then.
All right.
Then you can go straight from.
So what are you?
watching?
Are you
know,
paying people to watch you?
Oh, no, I perform.
Like I said, are you paying people to watch you?
Oh, no, I perform.
All right. Now we're going to go to, where are we going?
Hey, think Daddy got the new watch.
Bulow,
Bulowville.
Bulowville,
Bulowville.
Bulowville.
Beulah.
Bulowville. Bulowville. He's still not here, that fucker.
No.
Yeah, we're going to Belowville, Florida. Cleared of its natural forest.
Billy.
Yeah. Cleared of its natural forest in 1821 by Charles Bulow. Bulow. To establish a 2,200 acre.
Dad.
22. No, that's
Rusty.
Okay. To establish a 2,200 acre plantation to grow sugarcane, cotton, indigo, and rice. This East Florida land soon also housed the area's largest sugar mill, built by Bulow's son John. He was a little sweet, I heard. Its title didn't last long. However, the Seminole Indians set fire to the plantation and mill in 1836 during the Second Seminole War. Built of hardy local coquina rock. Yes, I put a little bit of that, in with my other rock. The mill's massive ruins now rise eerily among the large oak trees that have reclaimed the land in the 150-acre Bulow Plantation Ruins Historical State Park.
Say that 5 times fast.
No, thank you. While the crumbling foundations of the plantation house and the slave cabins show the vitality of Florida's frontier life. Man. Still don't want to go to Florida.
What? Duh.
That's where Audrey is in Miami right now.
Mm-hmm.
See where that building collapsed
In Miami. Right outside Miami or whenever.
Welcome to Miami.
She's in Miami with her boyfriend, who we still haven't met.
Ooh.
I hear he's, 49?
Flo.
He's 21.
Duh.
I have seen his pictures, and I know his first and last name. So I told Audrey if...
It wasn't his Craigslist picture, was it?
No. I've already told Audrey if she gets, so much as a bad sunburn, I'm coming for him. And she was like, Mom. And I was like, well, you brought that on yourself by not letting us meet him before you go on a trip with him.
Totally did. All right, Andrea.
All right.
Where are we going?
I want to go here.
Next up, Essex County Jail Annex, North Caldwell, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Joyzy.
New Jersey.
It's too bad that Hockey
Hockey
Man's
Man.
not in here.
No.
Maybe he knows of this place.
A prison is always haunting, but an abandoned one exudes an even creepier feeling, especially the austere Victorian-style Essex County Jail Annex in New Jersey. First built in 1873 and expanded over the years to include an auditorium, hospital, and cafeteria, much of the facility was closed down in the 1970s and it was abandoned for good in the late 1990s. Left to decay and vandalism by thrill seekers, inmates' files filled with mugshots and rap sheets soon covered the floor of the auditorium. While shotgun ports and tear gas modules on the ceilings of the mess hall remain to remind trespassers of their potential harrowing fate, should they be judged criminals.
Well, alrighty then.
I mean, okay, number one would inmate files be considered, there's medical stuff in that. Isn't that like a HIPAA thing?
Well, see, that's like the first time we went to
that place.
South Pittsburgh.
We found those medical records everywhere.
So
Credit
technically
card
they
numbers,
are.
everything.
They are. However, you have to remember HIPAA only came in the last 20 years.
True story.
Yep.
Yep.
And most of these places were
Well, it says it was
well
abandoned
before
for
that.
good in the late 90s.
Yeah. They didn't give a shit.
That was
Nobody
still
wanted to pick
30
that
years
up.
ago.
That was still...
What? That was like 15 years ago.
No, that's where you're wrong.
No, you're definitely
What?
wrong because I graduated in 92, so next year's our 30-year reunion.
Oh, my God.
Pups.
Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I mean, it's been 22
22 years for you this year.
Yeah.
1989.
My brother was born then.
Way to make him feel old.
Thanks.
Good job.
Love you too.
I was 9. Love you.
Nice. Lovely.
You wasn't 9. You were 8. In 89?
Yeah, sorry. I was 8.
Yeah.
She can't math
I
today.
can't math.
She can't math. All right.
I have been past this place, and
I thought you said I have been plastered.
I mean, not today, but I have been past this place when we went on our trip up to Boston. When we came on our way home, we went to Woodstock, and I was like, "You guys know what that is, right?" And they were like, "Whatever." I was like, "We need to go in there."
I've been by it too. When I worked up in Fishkill, New York,
Yeah.
we drove by this place.
Couldn't get anybody to stop and let you go adventure, could you?
No, I wanted to jump in somebody's arms.
I killed a fish once.
Who didn't?
I love lamp.
Oh, dude, Fishkill, New York was a badass town in upstate New York and the Catskills. Man, it's freaking gorgeous. We rented this old
There's
Victorian
a city called
house.
Fishkill.
Yeah, Fishkill, New York.
Yep.
Oh.
And we rented this big old Victorian home. It cost us like, I think it was $75 or $80 a week, but it's fully furnished. Groceries were all supplied.
Holy cow.
Yeah, they came in, cooked for us.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it was freaking amazing. And we had a bar, this is back when I drank, had a bar across the street and a 9-hole golf course that went straight up the side of this fucking mountain. It was crazy as hell.
Sounds like a good time, though.
Oh, it was. We had a blast.
All right.
So, many ones, is there good fishing in Fishkill?
I don't know.
You didn't go fishing?
I didn't go fishing. No, I was too worried about drinking. And,
Yeah. He was drowning himself.
Yes.
All right.
He was killing
So
his
we're going to
fish.
go to Grossinger's Catskill Resort in Liberty, New York. In its heyday, the Grossinger's Catskill Resort was the sort of seasonal retreat featured in Dirty Dancing, where well-to-do families in the 1950s spent their summers lounging by its 2 massive swimming pools, playing golf or tennis, and enjoying the lush 1,200-acre surroundings with just 2 hours north of New York City. In the winters, it offered theater and skiing, the first place in the world to use artificial snow on its slopes. Of the cabins, cottages, hotel, landing strip, post office, and more that served the resort's hundreds of thousands of guests until it closed in the mid-1980s, a few exquisite places still remain undemolished or horribly vandalized. One of those places is the stately natatorium. I've never seen that word before.
It's where they keep Natalie.
Okay. Yeah. Gorgeously overgrown. Is she allowed to leave?
It's a Natalie Portman natatorium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But is she allowed to come and go as she pleases?
No.
Or she's captive there until she makes a movie.
She has to be escorted.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's like a Q cleared area.
Somebody Google natatorium.
So, it's gorgeously overgrown with moss and ferns, with sunlight streaming through its windows and skylights into the graffitied pool and abandoned lounge chairs. The other is the hotel's lobby and ballroom, where the twin staircases, massive fireplaces, and a checkerboard ceiling suggest its former glory. If you listen hard enough, you might still hear the tinkling of cocktail glasses or the clicks of heels dancing the foxtrot.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Found it.
So what's a natatorium?
You'll never guess.
A brothel.
No.
Is it like a covered swimming pool area?
It is a swimming pool, especially one that is indoors.
Wow.
Who'd have thunk it? Why not just say a swimming pool?
A covered pool. An indoor pool.
Fancy.
Do you want to go to the natatorium? Yes. Bring your bathing suit.
You have to call them lovey when you say that.
Pardon me. Would you happen to have any Grey Poupon?
I'm going to the natatorium. We like our Grey Poupon at the natatorium.
This is working out perfect. All right, Steve.
What?
My turn.
Oh.
We are heading to the Midwest and Rolling Acres Mall, Akron, Ohio. Built in 1975 and expanded several times, the Rolling Acres Mall once housed more than 140 stores, a movie theater, and a food court. In 2008, the mall was closed and only 2 large retailers continued to operate, with all stores finally closing in 2013. Having changed owners several times and currently in the process of foreclosure, the once bustling mall will likely be demolished. Until then, the 1.3 million square foot space remains an eerily empty relic of modern civilization with its cracked glass ceilings, letting in snow during winter storms as if the structure stands alone in post-apocalyptic wasteland.
Wow.
Cool.
That's about the size of your aunt and uncle's house.
Steven
They're selling
plays
it.
audio. Oh, that's not even mine. Never mind.
What?
Yeah, that's
I was going to say, pass me the guitar.
Ain't nobody got time for that. But yeah. So that's our road trip.
yes. Well, that's part of the road.
Part of our road
Part
trip.
of our road trip. So
That's the first leg.
that's the first leg.
Yes.
So we're going to take a quick break and we come back.
We need y'all to buckle up
Yeah.
because it's going to be a bumper ride on this second leg.
Well, you don't want to buckle up.
You got really redneck right there.
Yeah, she
That was
did.
cute. I
She totally
liked it.
did. Yeah, you want to get your hiking boots on is what you want to get on.
That's true.
You don't want to buckle up. You want to get your hiking boots on.
And your headlamps.
And your headlamps. Yeah. So
We going under?
we're going under. So you guys hang
Not-
tight. We'll be right back.
Oh my God!
So many people spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on that perfect infrared camera, hoping to catch that epic paranormal shot or simply to document their nighttime escapades, only to pair it up with an IR illuminator that gives off a hotspot in the center of the frame and performs subpar for their camera's capabilities. We did the same thing. Let me save you some time and money spent on multiple IR lights with one name, Deadlight. Created from the minds of Josh Bender and Justin Brown, who are also paranormal investigators, the Deadlight is the elite light to add to your camera arsenal. We have tested the Deadlight and illuminated areas up to 300 feet away. Did I mention these lights are built like a tank? Super durable and sturdy construction. Josh builds each Deadlight to meet your needs and is in constant contact during the building process. So forget the other lights out there and go straight to the best. You can check out the complete line of Deadlights on Facebook at Deadlight LLC. Justin and Josh are constantly exploring new features to add to the Deadlights. ETGS will never use another light in the field, simply because nothing else compares. Get your Deadlight today and you too can light up the night.
You're listening to Paranormal Talk with East Tennessee Ghost Seekers, a new perspective in Paranormal Talk Radio.
You're listening to Paratalk. If you have a question or an experience to share, email us at etgsparatalk@gmail.com or call 865-264-0448. And now, back to Paratalk.
All right, guys, we're back. So, this next section that we're going to talk about. You know, we've investigated hospitals, we've investigated hotels, we've investigated jails, prisons,
Yes.
Houses.
Yes.
mansions.
Yes.
This next section,
Ice cream shops.
ice cream, hair salons. But we have dams. Yes. But we have never went underground other than in the dam.
I am actually,
And Waverly Hills.
that's kind of one of my things where I'm like,
Don't know.
Yeah. So we've
How
never done.
stable are these things?
Right.
exactly.
So
I've seen movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
mines and caves.
Mimes, as in like people.
Mine. Fuck.
Find your way out of the box, Steve. Find your way out of the box.
Get out of there.
Help!
But yeah, we've never investigated caves, a cave system, or an old abandoned mine. And I'm probably the only one out of all of us that would.
It really depends for me. It really depends. Now, like a cave, big cave, walking in, that's in like rock.
Yeah. That's what a cave is. Yeah.
Okay. But it's the sketchy things where things are being held up by, twigs.
Rocks are being held up by other pebbles.
And they were built so quickly because they wanted to get to that gold as quickly as possible.
It's those sketchy ones where I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
But like caves, when I was younger, I went into what was that, the
Lost Sea.
The Lost Sea. Now I
like it.
Funny story though, I was a chunky kid. And
what's so funny about that?
Well, I'll tell you. I'm about to tell you. About to get there.
I'm a chunky kid now.
I was a chunky kid.
Y'all be proud of me for not eating ice cream today.
Totally proud.
Went on a school trip to the Lost Sea, and the tour guide takes us around on our little tour through the cave system and whatnot. Well, there's a section called Fat Man Squeeze. Okay, now that I think about it, it's not funny. It was actually quite sad. I couldn't go. I couldn't fit.
Oh, that's sad.
I wasn't like huge or anything, but I was just chunky. But I think maybe, I'm not sure if I couldn't fit or I was afraid
to get stuck.
So I stayed back. I was like, it's okay. I'm claustrophobic, so I'm not going to go. I'll
sit here and throw rocks at the catfish.
I'll sit here and throw rocks at that sketchy pebble holding that big rock over that opening.
It's like these guys, that go caving and they're going through freaking.
Oh yeah.
Real tight ass holes. They got to squeeze their asses through.
Man, my older brother loves spelunking.
Is that what that's called?
Yes, he absolutely loves it, and used to go all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Screw that. Mm-hmm. Because if you start crawling through, and you bang your head and then it swells all of a sudden, you're done.
Yeah. Or if a big rock falls behind you in your path and you're stuck, you're dead.
You're dead. You're done.
You're done. So
that's why you always file a flight plan. You don't go without letting people know where you're at.
Yeah.
If you're not back by X time, come find
send
you.
somebody. Andrea, read Betsy's question.
Betsy Boo says, random question, but I watched a lot of his investigations. Do you guys think Steve Prozac Shippey's investigation documentaries are real? If you can't or don't want to answer, that's fine, but I've always wondered if they were doctored, because if not, he caught some crazy shit.
Yeah, so Steve Shippey, the last one that I watched with him was him and what's the girl from Holzer Files, the medium?
Cindy.
Kaza, yes.
Yeah. Where they did.
Do you hear that echo?
Yeah.
Where they did the Ed Gein Ranch. And he
Was
does.
that the guy?
That's
Was that
Steve
the guy?
Shippey.
Okay.
That's Steve Shippey.
Okay.
And his series has Haunting in the Heartland. Mm-hmm. He catches some crazy shit. I mean, I'm not going to say that they're doctored or they're not doctored, because sometimes you just get lucky. I mean, we've caught some shit that people would swear up and down is doctored.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But I promise you, none of our shit is doctored. The only thing that I do to any of our stuff is enhance it. I will enhance the audio. I will, and it's usually just boosting it.
And just cut the unnecessary parts.
Yeah. But he has caught some amazing shit. So
well, and
it's just like Ghost Adventures.
It is.
We hate on Ghost Adventures,
but they've caught some great stuff.
They've caught some great shit.
Some of the best stuff.
Yeah. And we hate on them because Zach acts like a douche.
And I kind of want to say this
okay, Zach's a douche. But
I want to kind of say this because
okay, hurry, because we need to get on to this other stuff.
It's a big thing. Anything you see on TV, you can take it with a grain of salt. You can believe it. It's there for entertainment purposes. Now, whether or not the stuff on there is real, it's for them to know and for us to wonder. And that's the whole premise behind anything on television now.
Yeah. I mean, the stuff on TV is for entertainment.
But
Yeah.
is it real? Maybe. Is it not? Who knows? But
Yeah.
if you want to believe it, man.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't believe it, whatever. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so real quick before we get onto this, George's Jungle had said earlier that he recorded an orb in his house on his living room camera. And he said that what he got, I think, is the real deal on my camera. You're more than welcome to share that with us on our East Tennessee Ghost Seekers Facebook page, and we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, we'd love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm just like with Steve Shippey stuff. I'm not going to say that you didn't, and we have to look at it.
No, I mean,
It's hard to say either way. Unless you have the the raw footage. It's he said, she said.
Yeah, totally is. All right.
Well, and a lot of times, unless you're actually there when it happens,
yeah,
you're never going to buy into it. You're never going to believe it.
Right. All right. So we're talking caves. We're talking mines. So what got me on this one was a couple months ago, a guy that I work with. He's a younger kid and he's always watching YouTube and all that. And he found this video and he's like, "You got to see this." It's this guy in the Horton Mines, and he's testing out a flashlight. He went there he doesn't do paranormal videos. He does cave dwelling, cave exploration.
An explorer.
He's an explorer.
Cool.
Like Dora?
Just
Yes.
like Dora, except male and not Mexican.
and no,
No backpack?
No, I'm sure he has a backpack. Yeah.
Yeah, but no,
Is it purple?
doesn't have the monkey boots,
Kangaroo.
and there's no swiper. Go for it.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Swiper, no swipey.
Okay, still don't know. Anyway.
I know, right?
I've never watched that shit. But anyway.
You were never around small children then.
I wasn't.
I was. But, they watched Bananas in Pajamas.
Oh, God.
But anyway, he showed me this video. And in this video, this guy catches some audio. And I'm going to play that audio right now. And I want you guys to, if you don't have earbuds in, I would recommend putting them in right now.
Throw them in.
Or turn up the volume really loud on your phone or whatever you're listening to us on, and just check this shit out, because
It's crazy.
no shit, it is freaking amazing. So here you go. Check this out.
They had to put big ones in here to hold up all of this rock. You can see right here where some of these boards are bending. Do you hear that? Sounds like, what, is that wind? I don't know if you can hear that on the camera. Do you hear that? It stopped. Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but that's crazy. Don't know if that's a bird or I don't know what that is. It almost sounds like snakes, but wow. I've heard some weird stuff in mines, but that is definitely creepy. I don't know what that is. So let's get out of here and head back out to the portal. That was weird.
Yeah.
Because the bird is going to say, "See me."
Yeah.
Wow.
That shit gives me chills every time I listen to it.
That's freaking insane. And this guy, he has over 540 videos, okay? And they're exploration videos. They're not paranormal videos.
And you can tell, because if he did paranormal, he'd be going further in and trying to debunk it.
Yeah.
Be like,
as opposed to like,
did you guys
what
hear
is
that?
that?
Yeah. And he had actually posted on this video that the Science Channel has a show on there. I can't remember what the name of it is. But they actually showed that video, and then all of these guys in the scientific community tried to debunk it and can't.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
you
they
could
tore
hear-
it apart. They tore it apart to see if it was other audio leaking in, if it was audio that was overdubbed on it. and it's not. It was recorded real time.
You
right
could
there.
hear the multiple voices
Yeah.
whispering, and it's insane.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. You know.
So what's the history of that mine though? I mean, did they have like a collapse or something?
Yeah.
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 That says a lot.
As did most mines.
Yeah. So
That's why I'm skeptical.
Skeptical. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
That's why you don't want to go in any of them. We get it.
But I mean, that is just.
Oh, I'll go in. I just want to be able to come out.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Guaranteed. I need a guarantee.
Yeah. But that's just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there was more than one voice there. Mm-hmm. You know,
Like, and I think you were watching that video at first, and I was sitting on the couch and like not even paying attention. You were just watching it, and I'm watching TV. And it gets to that part, and my head snaps over. I was like, "What?"
I think I did the same thing. I was like, what are you watching?
Yeah, what is that? And the fact that it's so audible is just unbelievable.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. You know what it reminded me of? The way Harry Potter talks to snakes.
Yes, it's
Parcel tongue.
I told you that it was probably just a bunch of Slytherin back
Told
there
you
talking
he's
in
simple.
parcel tongue.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Crazy. All right. So, what's your all's thoughts on mines? Okay, you remember the show Ghost Mine?
Oh, yeah.
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 That's where Kristen Lumen got her start.
Yeah. And that show, I mean, a big thing there was the Tommy knockers.
Yes.
And, you know, Tommy knockers are thought to be, you know, little leprechaun
There's a song.
type men.
Tommy knocker, knocking on my door. I can't remember the rest of it.
Oh, thank God.
But
No, because I think
She's
you
gonna
say,
Google it.
oh, we're all in trouble.
yeah,
Don't sing the Tommy Knocker song. They come for you.
they'll come for you. But yeah,
Where's that Freddy?
That's Fred. No, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. Yeah, 3, 4, you better lock your door. 5, 6, grab your crucifix. 7, 8,
gonna stay up late.
9, 10, never
Never
sleep again. Yeah, you know, I watched Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's Revenge yesterday while I was
Sleeping.
That's
Here it is.
not a good way to do it.
Late last night and the night before, Tommy knockers knocking at the door. I want to go out, don't know if I can because I'm so afraid of the Tommy knocker man.
Wow. You know, and Stephen King did that.
Yep.
Tommy Knockers.
Yes.
It's actually on his fandom. His fandom page.
All right. So I'm just going to let me look through these notes here. You guys just carry on.
Talk
through
amongst
these.
yourselves.
My wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done.
No, I think that mines are a fantastic place to collect, you know, paranormal activity because of number one, you've got the trauma that happened in it, whether people died by heat
tragic
exhaustion, you know, inhaling all the crap, murder, crushing, you know, collapses,
Poisonous
Fires.
gas,
and all of the natural, you know, and everything that it's all natural and it just holds on to it. It's
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is a pit of freaking
despair.
Yeah.
Stone tape theory.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
it's a stone tape theory cage.
Yes.
Yeah, it totally is.
And I mean, it would not surprise me that every single one of them have some type of activity in
Right.
them. So,
Well, you know, again, with Ghost Adventures, you know, look how many mines they have investigated, you know, and always captured some amazing evidence.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
because they hold on to it.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and Betsy Boo says, every time I hear that song, I can't help but think of Supernatural. LOL.
Same.
Yeah. So, all right, Andrea.
all right. So first off, we're going to the Phoenix Gold Mine in Idaho Springs, Colorado. The Phoenix Gold Mine, discovered in the 1870s, may have been abandoned by humans, but visitors claim spirits still inhabit the space. The remains of 2 people are buried inside, including a witch who is said to have practiced black magic. Also, some people report hearing the voices of 2 men who were supposedly murdered nearby. The Phoenix Gold Mine is so eerie that a crew from the TV show Ghost Adventures trekked deep inside and encountered a tiny malicious spirit called a Tommyknocker. Tommyknockers are small men in miner's garb who labor in the shadows. According to folklore, Tommyknockers can be both good and bad. Some miners used to believe that Tommyknockers would knock or hammer on mine walls to lead them to gold, while others believed the knocking sound would lead them to certain death. Today, you can tour the Phoenix Gold Mine and even pan for gold if you dare.
I dare.
We panned for gold up there.
Did you?
Yeah. I think I was like 12 or 13, something like that.
That's cool.
And I mean, they sell you like a pan for gold kit, which is basically like a nice pan to pan for gold.
Right. And a handful of dirt.
Yeah.
No, they tell you go out back to the creek back there. And we found some gold flake. Like we
awesome.
we probably spent 2 hours doing it just because you're in the creek and it's cool on a hot summer day. And, you know, Nikki and I were like all about it. But yeah, we actually found some gold flake.
That's awesome.
It was very cool.
Me and my brother-in-law dredged some out of the little river in Townsend.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, see, the thing that gets me about that location is the witch. You know, a witch that is supposedly buried inside the cave. You know, which is, it hits a little close to home.
Kingston.
No.
Oh.
Bell Witch.
Bell.
Oh, Bell Witch.
Yeah.
You have the cave there, and I think we actually have that one on the list.
It is.
So, all right.
How about you go back to California?
Next up, we have Maggie Mine in Calico, California. Maggie Mine and the surrounding area are said to be bursting with paranormal activity. Self-guided tours of the purportedly haunted mine whisk you back in time to the 19th century when the Mulcahy brothers searched for silver there. If a tour of Maggie Mine doesn't give you the creeps, then be sure to visit the Ghost Town Cemetery, where, according to reports, there are more grave markers than bodies. Where did the grave dwellers go? Your guess is as scary as ours.
Interesting.
Nice.
If I had to guess, probably people they couldn't retrieve.
Probably.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
it's a tribute stone.
Or body snatchers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Frankenstein.
Anything is possible.
This one's fresh.
That's a nice looking foot. I'd like to have that foot.
Yes.
All right, Steve, where are we going next?
To
I had
another.
you pegged as a foot guy.
And it's another list on the list of mine.
Okay.
It's Tonopah Historic Mining Park.
Yep.
Tonopah, Nevada isn't your typical vacation destination. The ghost town, once bustling with silver miners, draws travelers who want to step back in time and perhaps experience a fright or two. Guests at the 5-story Mizpah Hotel could be in for a particularly spirited stay. The hotel's permanent guests are ghosts, including one known as the Lady in Red, a naive and relatively inexperienced member of the world's oldest profession. According to the 2015 book Ghosts of Goldfield and Tonopah, Lady in Red was strangled by a jealous lover on the hotel's 5th floor. Her spirit is said to shake the chandeliers and leave pearls in rooms, according to the Wall Street Journal.
Nice. All right, so next on our list,
which I want to get to,
we were just talking about, is the Crescent Mine
Yes.
in Sumter, Oregon. So visitors to the Crescent Mine near Sumter, Oregon enjoy a golden opportunity to be scared. Ghost Mine on cable TV's Sci-Fi Network, or is it Sci-Fi? Sorry, big theory. On Sci-Fi Network featured a 2-episode investigation of the Crescent. It was not a 2-episode. It was 2 seasons.
2 seasons,
yes. A 2-season investigation of the haunted Crescent Mine by the show's 2 in-house paranormal experts and several miners. Among the discoveries was a spirit named Joe. And aside from its paranormal presence, the mine is said to contain plenty of unmined gold. While the allure of the treasure is tempting, there are many other ways to secure your own gold that don't involve facing disembodied spirits.
But I like gold and disembodied spirits.
And it is for sale.
Ooh.
Yes, I saw that online today. The Crescent Mine is for sale.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Mm-hmm. Okay, Andrea.
Okay, the Lost Dutchman State Park in Apache Junction, Arizona. By one account, Lost Dutchman State Park, whose superstition mountains include the Lost Dutchman's gold mine, ranks as the most haunted place in Arizona. According to Phoenix News Times, the mine is supposedly haunted and guarded by spirits. Dozens of people have lost their lives searching for the mine or for gold, or both. The exact location of the mine remains unknown.
Interesting.
Nice.
And we're going back to Tickle Me
St. Elmo.
Yeah, so earlier if you paid attention class, we went to St. Elmo, Colorado. Now you're going to find out why you want to go.
So the town of St. Elmo, Colorado, once a hub for gold and silver mining, dried up as soon as the area's mines closed. However, the ghosts of its former residents still linger. One of the best-known ghosts is Annabelle Stark, a woman who stayed in St. Elmo even after everyone else had left. The Uncover Colorado website calls St. Elmo one of the most accessible and best-preserved ghost towns in the West, featuring more than 40 buildings, including a general store and a saloon. Cool.
Nice.
That's all I need.
Yep, I'm there.
Done. All right, Steve.
Oh, me. We are going to the old U.S. Mint in New Orleans. From 1838 to 1909, the old U.S. Mint in New Orleans cranked out coins for both the U.S. government and the Confederacy. As such, it's the only mint in the U.S. to have produced both kinds of coins. Now the old U.S. Mint in New Orleans houses the New Orleans Jazz Museum. Aside from trumpeting the city's history of jazz, the museum is said to be haunted. It's so haunted, in fact, that the Sci-Fi Channel's Ghost Hunters program paid a visit in 2008. While Ghost Hunters didn't conclusively uncover any phantoms, Jimmy Johnson, a former employee of the museum, claimed that during his 8 years working there, 2 male spirits and 2 female spirits regularly came in contact with him.
Fun.
I wonder how they came in contact. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so as you can see, I took my glasses off because
You can't see.
I can't. Yeah, they're so scratched up. I'm words are running together.
Time to get new ones.
Yeah,
Or just get the ones out of my car.
I've got some in her car. But
Hold on.
There's some in the cubby there, too.
all right,
We have plenty.
good. Y'all can read.
Just use them.
Yeah. So now we're moving from the mines
Yes.
and we're going to the caves. So you guys done expressed you don't really want to do the mines because of the twigs holding up the ceiling. And
Got any combo filters?
I mean, I'm game for anything as long as I know I can,
Make
Get
it
in and
out.
get out.
walk the hell out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, see, that's just it. With mines, you don't know if you're going to walk out or if you're going to crawl out.
Or not
I'm not
come out at
crawling
all.
anywhere anymore. With my body hating me as much as it does, I'm not crawling anywhere. If I get down to crawl somewhere, call an ambulance.
Right.
Because I ain't getting back up.
I'm going to need an ambulance.
I thought she was going to say it's to the toilet to puke.
Yeah.
I don't even do that.
No. Just roll over and just let it go.
I mean, that's what trash cans are made for.
That's exactly right.
I will sit upon the toilet and puke in the trash can in front of me.
There you go.
It works.
Yeah. I've done that several
Because
times.
it's hard to puke between your legs.
Been there, done that.
I mean, I think we've all accomplished. I once
Let's
puked.
use a funnel.
I once puked in a 20-ounce bottle.
What?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Did you not have like
A
backlash?
bag?
Really?
Yeah, it was a miracle because I was riding in the middle of a seat.
Wow.
I was riding in the middle between 2 people, and nobody would roll the window down in the back seat of a car, and I got a little car sick. And that was, yeah, it was some really miraculous aim. I'm not really sure how I didn't get it all over everything.
For real.
Yeah.
You had your lips sucked on that fucking
Pretty
ball.
much. Pretty much.
Yeah. Ultimate Boy says that's some good aim.
Yeah.
That and, well, I did like, and this is really gross. You guys are going to hate it. But anytime I vomit, it always comes out my nose.
Oh,
So,
God.
yeah.
Oh, it burns. It burns.
You are not kidding. This is, I would rather have anything else wrong than puke. Because there's nothing worse than smelling your own vomit for days.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
totally true. That's totally true.
I'm fine with vomiting. The dry heaves is what gets me.
All right.
Oh no, I'll sip water while I'm puking just so I don't have the dry heaves. You look like a cat.
The hairball.
God, sick.
You nasty.
Let's see, it was Jessie though that you
Yes.
could have done that. Just that little motion right there.
Oh yeah, and she
Oh
would.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
Okay.
funny.
That's why when she's around, I like to go.
Yeah. Yeah, we all do. And I tell you what, since there's
I
so
didn't know
many
that.
of these and we only have 30 minutes left,
Yeah.
pick a good one that you want to read about.
Well, I'm just
You
going
can
to go
do
with
the second one. Yeah, the second one, and because that's a good one.
The Hellfire Caves. Also known as the West Wycombe Caves, England's Hellfire Caves from a network of chalk and flint caverns extending a quarter of a mile underground. The caves were excavated by Francis Dashwood in the mid-1700s. Dashwood was also the co-founder of the Hellfire Club, a secret society said to have held meetings in the caves. Members were all politically and socially influential throughout the 18th century. The group's reputation is steeped in tales of dark rituals, debauchery, and devil worship. While the Hellfire Club dissolved by 1766, it's believed that the ghosts of its members still linger. The caves began operating as a tourist attraction back in 1951, and visitors routinely report strange echoes and mysterious apparitions that appear and disappear in front of them. The reported activity is so frequent that Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures and Sci-Fi Channel's Ghost Hunters have conducted their own paranormal investigations. The caves can be toured for anyone looking to capture evidence of their own.
Nice.
I would love to go there.
Hell yeah. I just want to go to England.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, who's really to say that the Hellfire Club dissolved?
True. Like they're really
I
going to
mean,
tell you.
it's, you know...
You just don't know.
You don't
yeah.
know.
They were like an underground club. Maybe they found like another underground area.
They were ravers before raving was cool.
Right?
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
like...
They had all the really good drugs.
They did. The good stuff before it was illegal.
Back when they said, here, take this cocaine 3 times a day for your tiredness.
Yeah.
3 times. Shit, I was doing 4 times that amount. I was,
Every 4 hours as needed.
You look a little down. Try this opium.
Yeah.
Having trouble? Here, try some LSD. It'll open you up.
That was actually back in the day when they used, women used belladonna as eye drops because it made their pupils bigger.
Because,
It was alluring.
I mean...
Never
yeah.
mind that it actually was a really good medicine, but
Yeah, no. I'll just use alcohol to make my pupils go big.
there's other fun substances to do.
That's true.
Or you can make them totally disappear.
That is
There you
true.
go.
Yeah. Then you can see the blue. You make the pupils disappear and you can see the blue.
Did you see that moon the other night? That how freaking big it was?
I saw it on the way to work and it was blinding me.
Yeah,
It was
freaking
huge.
huge. I got pictured. Well, I don't know if they're on this phone, but on my older phone, I took a couple pictures. It was freaking wild.
Yeah, it was huge.
All right.
Huge.
Huge. All right. Now we're going to come back to Tennessee.
I knew that's where you were going.
Yes.
So, according to the legend of the Bell Witch, in 1804, a farmer named John Bell moved his wife and kids to a farm along the Red River in northern Robertson County. The property also included a cave which became known as the Bell Witch Cave, believed to be haunted by the spirit of a witch named Kate Batts, who felt that she was cheated by the Bells in the land purchase. Strange animal sightings began in the summer of 1817. Late at night, the family would hear strange noises such as knocking on the door and all along the walls outside the house. At one point, the noises made their way inside the house and also included gnawing, choking, and dragging sounds. Vicious incidents by an unseen force plagued Betsy, the youngest Bell daughter, who suffered scratches, hair pulling, and physical beatings. John himself was prone to choking fits and illnesses until he finally passed in 1820. Once John passed and Betsy called off her engagement, the witch apparently felt her vengeful work was done and returned home to the cave for years. She returned to the home in 1828, allegedly speaking to John Bell Jr. and promising to return in 107 years later. Considering all the paranormal activity locals reported near the witch cave and even throughout the town in the interim, however, many believe she never left. Anyone who wishes to take a peek inside the Bell Witch Cave or the replica of the old Bell Cabin can do so via a variety of official tours during the day or night. So I have been, and it's cool. I think everybody should go.
Yeah, see,
Betsy's not happy with it.
No.
It scratched you?
It scratched me and made me call off my engagement. Damn witch. But the Bell Witch. This one I could talk about all night.
Yes.
Right.
Particularly the fact that Kate, what's her name? Kate Batts. She wasn't dead.
No.
So they're talking about the witch living in the cave, but she actually lived right down the road. Mm-hmm. Kate Batts did. I don't believe that Kate Batts was the witch. I think that she knew what was going on the property and took advantage of it to make them fear her because she felt she got a bad deal on the property purchase.
Right.
But I think she was a bitch, but I don't think she was a witch.
Right.
I mean, all the history I've read on her, she was a real bitch.
Yeah, and see, one of the coolest things about the whole Bell Witch case was Andrew Jackson, going there
and confirming it as a haunting.
Confirm it.
Yeah.
And his horses stopped in the middle of the road, refusing to go on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they had poop cramps.
Well, don't you think they'd run? They'd be like, "Oh God, I gotta
go." Sometimes I just gotta stand still.
If I stand still, it won't come out.
Squeeze.
It's a horse. They don't care.
They're like, man.
They walk in shit all day long.
That's true.
But I mean, there's so many things with the whole Bell Witch case, and
they made a movie about it.
They've made
several.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
American Haunting
is by far the best.
Yeah.
I remember.
I disagree, and I disagree because actually none of them have told.
Well, of course they're not going
the true story.
No, it's just like all of the Conjuring movies. None of them have told the true story.
I know, but
it's a Hollywood thing
because this one is so close to home, and my dad and his best friend, when they were 18, 19 years old, like the families, my great grandmother's family, were like, don't ever go there. Don't ever go there. Don't ever go there. And so him and Mike decided to go check it out late one night after they'd been out and about, and their flashlights both died. And while they're in there in the dark going, oh shit, man, the flashlights died. Can we find the door? How do we get out of here? Something chased them out of there.
Really?
And it was green. Like a green mist came after them.
Wow.
Yeah. And my half-sister, Jennifer.
Did they have Mexican that night?
No.
They were chased out by guacamole.
Yes. My half-sister Jennifer's mom is actually a Bell descendant. So she was told growing up she can't go. She can't go anywhere near Adams.
Yeah. Let's see. One of my niece's teachers at Dutch Valley Elementary School is a descendant. And she actually showed me pictures of like the original house or what's left of the original house. Yeah. And then the little house is still there on the property. And
on the prairie.
Yes, Little House on the Prairie, Steve.
Yes.
The prairie in Tennessee. But
We have so many of them.
So many
prairies are so abundant in Tennessee.
We got one across the street.
No, that's a field.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, the whole thing. I want to go there, And we
had the opportunity.
We had the opportunity, but we weren't going to follow a script.
Oh,
So
Correct.
yeah,
who wanted you to follow a script?
the production
company.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They wanted us because there was a show that came out. What was it? 2016 or 17? 16 or 17. It came out around Halloween. It was a week-long thing on A&E, I think.
I vaguely remember y'all talking about that.
Yeah. So they reached out to Steve and they wanted us to be the team to go in to do the investigating for it.
It's a decent movie, Betsy Boo.
I thought it was amazing.
I liked it a lot.
To me, it's decent, but I have studied the history on it, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of that snob.
Well, see, that's how I am about every one of the Warren cases.
Don't you roll your fucking eyes at me? I'll smack the back of your head and knock them out.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh God. I'm going on a trip with this guy.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
For a whole weekend.
Oh God.
Yeah, Betsy says, should I search for it on my TV and it's PG-13, so I wanted to ask before I watch it. Yeah. Is it because she talks like she's 12?
I was going to say, you're older than 13, baby. You can watch it.
But the thing is, a lot of the scary movies lately that are the creepiest are the PG-13 movies.
Yeah.
I mean, The Ring was PG-13.
Well, yeah, because they've got to actually use their imaginations instead of throw in a lot of the gore that gets it an R rating.
Yeah. And The Ring scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. It was a great movie.
Yeah. But, yeah, if you're into all this stuff that you listen to us talk about.
That shit's real, The Ring.
I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
That bitch attacked me in my bed.
But you got to
crawl out of your TV and all.
You got to watch it. I think you'll like it. And if you don't like it, it's an hour and a half that you'll never
Blame
get
it
back.
on Amy.
Yeah.
Yes, because I made the movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Amy said it wasn't good, and we said it was good. And so by Amy saying it wasn't good, you're not going to enjoy it.
It was good. It just wasn't fantastic.
Well, okay. In the perspective of it being produced well, played out well.
I mean, if I'm looking at it as purely entertainment, then yeah, it's a really good movie.
With, as in the Conjuring movies, based on a true story. Not
actual facts.
Right. The entire movie is an actual fact. No, it's entertainment value, but it's a good watch.
It is.
It totally is. Totally is.
And I may even give it a second chance.
She's not quite old. You're sweet, Betsy.
We need to jump across the pond.
Let's jump.
There's only 2 that I saw that weren't in the United States, so I'm going to take one of them.
Okay.
And I'm going to do this for our friends over in the United Kingdom.
Okay.
The Chislehurst Caves.
Nice.
The Chislehurst Caves in the United Kingdom are human-made mines that may very well be home to many spirits. The first record of this cave system dates back to 1250, and the 22-mile network is thought to be the work of generations of Druids, Romans, and Saxons. Tour guides highlight the supposed Druid altars and the chilling but apocryphal tales surrounding the caves involving both ritual sacrifices and cold-blooded slayings. The sound of screams, murmurs, children giggling, and footsteps can be heard echoing from deep within the labyrinth. It's not just ancient ghosts either. During the Blitz in World War II, over 5,000 Londoners took refuge in the caves at night. Naturally, modern locals report that those who lost their lives in the caves still haunt the tunnels.
Okay, we definitely need to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. For those who wish to see for themselves, paid tours lasting under an hour are available.
But what if we want to be there over an hour?
You just pay more.
You just hide behind a rock.
Yeah.
And don't leave with the group.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Wait till they leave. Be real quiet. Let them get out, and then you do your thing.
Just ask, go pee, and then they'll forget about you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Tell them you shit yourself.
Excuse me. I pooed in my pants.
I
And
actually
I've been to this one.
Which one?
Mammoth Cave.
Have you?
Yeah.
I actually on the subject of poo.
Oh, she's gonna get shitty.
You're gonna love this.
Okay.
We were talking like work people. We're talking the other day on Zoom, and I don't even remember who it was because I was so damn tired. But someone was talking about how they got out of a ticket one time. They had a can of fart spray in the car because they'd been playing a prank on like her husband and everything. So she was like, quick thinking. Psst. Sprays the fart spray as she's waiting for the cop to come up to the window. And she's one of those people that can like cry on cue. So she starts crying. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I've got an upset stomach. I'm just trying to get home. Let her go. He was like, she said the look on his face was pure revulsion.
Well, if I was that cop, I'd let her go too, because I ain't going to stand there and smell that shit. Bitch, get on.
Yeah.
Go on, get.
Get on here.
I don't care how fast you go. Just get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, it's just
Genius, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely genius.
and to continue on with the fart spray. Have you watched those videos on YouTube where the people in the cars do that?
Yes,
Oh,
I have seen
my
that. That's
gosh.
probably where she got the idea, but I have seen.
Freaking hilarious.
I saw one where dad literally whooped his son's ass for doing it, thinking he's shitting his brand new Cadillac.
That's so funny.
I mean, that would be bad too, but man, could you imagine brand new Cadillac and somebody spraying that and you're going to have that in the smell?
For days.
Yeah, days.
They're both equally horrible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, but actual shit's harder to clean up.
Not
Totally
if it
is.
stays in their pants. Get all squished up in.
As long as it's not the watery poops.
Yeah, as long as it's not the watery poops, you're fine.
Pissing out the ass.
All right, Andrea, what cave system are you going to take us to? I think you should take that one.
Take the mammoth.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take the mammoth. Horror author H.P. Lovecraft's story, The Beast in the Cave, was inspired by this.
Comment. I'm reading Betsy's and I'm dying and my thing is not working. I can't comment on it.
Ours does too. Ours does too.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
Constantly. Horror author H.P. Lovecraft's story, The Beast in the Cave, was inspired by this famously creepy Kentucky cave system. Mammoth Cave is as massive as its namesake implies. In fact, it may very well be the largest haunted cave in the United States, with about 400 miles of explored area. Much of the cave's expanse remains unseen, however. Evidence suggests prehistoric people began mining the cave as far back as 4,000 years ago and eventually used it to bury their dead. This went on for 2,000 years before they abruptly abandoned the cave. Whatever caused them to flee remains unknown, but it might have something to do with a plethora of ghost sightings that have occurred over subsequent years. After the War of 1812, the caves were sold off to mine saltpeter, and enslaved people were sent to work and die in the caves. Apparitions of deceased enslaved people are often reported. In 1839, a cave section was converted into a makeshift tuberculosis village by a doctor who believed the purity of the cave's air would fight infection and purify patients' lungs. Many perished inside Mammoth, however, and are believed to still haunt it to this very day. The National Park Service has an exhaustive selection of Mammoth Cave tours to suit any inclination.
You know, another thing about the Mammoth Caves that they didn't talk about there is Sasquatch.
Yes.
You know, they think that is a place that Daryl hides out is inside the Mammoth Caves.
You know, just
because they are so fast. I mean,
Yeah.
400 miles.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just kind of a funny thought. These cave people, are living in the caves and whatnot. And this says, whatever caused them to flee remains unknown, but it might have been something to do with the plethora of ghost sightings. And I'm just imagining these cave people like witnessing like an apparition, and they're all like, oh. And they're all like Bigfoot running out, you know, because they're scared of a ghost or something. I'm just kind of a funny little visual there.
I didn't even know after all these years that you spoke cave.
I do speak cave person.
Wow, I had no clue.
Yeah. No, I won't talk to you like that.
The more you know, Star.
I've been camping there several times back when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't even know it was a haunted location until, you know, just quite a few years ago. But
what are you doing?
I put my hands down here under the table, and Blue jumped up on him.
Scared you?
She just jumped.
You done thought a cave person got you, didn't you?
I did.
she had that image in her head.
Whoa.
I have nightmares tonight.
Give me club.
You start on me, Blue. He's all like, sorry.
Didn't mean to do that. Will you fucking pet me?
He's like, what's going on?
I didn't mean to.
Why doesn't mommy love me anymore?
Oh my God. Well, yeah, we're 10 minutes, so we'll wing the rest of it.
All right, wing it.
Wing it. So,
Just a wing it.
Wings, chicken wings.
So,
Damn it, now I'm hungry.
just for shits and giggles, is
Want
there
some ice cream?
anyone in the chat room that did not hear the audio that I played earlier?
I didn't.
You didn't hear the
No,
audio?
I didn't hear it. Can you play it again?
I can totally play it again.
But you're not in the chat. Actually, you are.
He's in the chat room.
Sorry.
He's in the chat room.
Yeah.
We all are.
So I'm going to play this one more time since we're talking caves and talking mines and all that tonight. This is audio from the Horton mine from like 4 years ago. This guy, he's a cave explorer, mine explorer, and on this video, he was
Not
actually
a paranormal enthusiast.
No, he is not a paranormal enthusiast at all. On this video, he went into this mine to conduct a test on a flashlight that he was being sponsored by. So here is that audio daily double. That sound like yeah. Welcome to Jeopardy.
Poor Alex.
Yeah, that's not it. That was my alarm clock. Here we go.
They had to put big ones in here to hold up all of this rock. You can see right here where some of these boards are bending. Do you hear that? Sounds like, what, is that wind? I don't know if you can hear that on the camera. Do you hear that? It stopped. Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but that's crazy. Don't know if that's a bird or... I don't know what that is. It almost sounds like snakes, but... Wow. I've heard some weird stuff in mines, but that is definitely creepy. I don't know what that is. So let's get out of here and head back out to the portal. That was weird.
Yeah. So
creepy.
Dude's talking about portals and everything, man.
Yeah. I mean, that one voice, it almost sounds like you see me.
It sounds like you see me or can you see me?
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
the other one is like, get us out, get us out,
Yeah.
get us out.
Now, okay, complete honesty here.
Mm-hmm.
If you were not a paranormal enthusiast
Mm-hmm.
and you went into this cave
Mm-hmm.
and you heard that, Would you A,
shit myself?
that wasn't on my list, but
It needs to be.
That needs to be.
Yeah.
That's D.
Yeah.
would you A, go further in to try to debunk? Would you B, run out, compose yourself, and run back in because you're curious? C, would you run out and never go back? Or would you D, just flat out poop your pants?
Okay. So if I'm not a paranormal enthusiast, I'm going
And
to...
you're alone.
I'm going to D and then C.
My exact answer right there.
Yeah. I'm going to shit myself and then run out and
then-
never come back.
Oh, you never come back?
Never come-
Okay, well, then it was B, D and B for me because I would shit myself, run out,
And then
go back in after I change my drawers.
Yeah. No, see, if I'm not a paranormal enthusiast, I'm not... No. Why would I want to go? But being a paranormal enthusiast...
But I mean,
But
you've got
that
people-
experience might instantly turn you into an enthusiast.
But then
it may.
you also got to think too that it could, even those people who are not paranormal enthusiasts, that might intrigue them. Like
What was that?
Is
Is there somebody else in here?
Because even him, he's been in. Obviously, this guy's been in several caves, and he himself said that he's never heard anything like that in there.
Right.
Generally speaking, I'd be like, what in the world is that? If it wasn't with my ears audible enough to where I could hear voices and I was just hearing something that was unusual, I might actually go in, like, sit in there just like trying to figure out what is this? What is this? Where's it coming from?
So D and then investigate for you.
Yeah.
So you're D and B.
Yes.
DNA.
DNA.
Because A was go towards it.
Yeah.
Right. But B was go out, compose yourself, and then come back.
Yeah, I would probably DB.
Yeah. So
I would DB. Yeah.
Amy, not an enthusiast, and you heard that.
I've always been kind of a curious person, so I would probably go further to see if someone was in there that needed help.
Right.
But that's just, I've always been a helper.
Yeah, and caves make noise anyway.
They do.
They do.
From the natural movement of the earth, tectonic plates,
Water.
rock, water,
But in a mine, I would probably go investigate just to see if somebody else had been out there and maybe broke an ankle or something.
Right.
just make sure you have a bird in a cage when you go deep in the mine.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going deep in any mine.
Let's see. I'm still where I was.
But I also wouldn't be there alone.
Right.
Because,
True.
I mean, this guy was all by himself.
yeah.
All by his lonesome.
That's a mistake anytime. I mean, you
And-
just don't do that.
But, well, he does.
I bet
Well,
he
but
had
you
a bird.
shouldn't. You
Right.
shouldn't.
You
Because
shouldn't.
especially if you're going to go in a mine, you should never be alone.
Right.
That's why you carry a bird.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see like Elmer Fudd carrying Tweety Bird or something.
I thought booty tag. I did. I did see a booty tag.
But, yeah. So, Betsy says C and D.
And in all honesty, I think I'm one of those people who would freeze in place and die of a heart attack if I ever experienced something like that. Fair enough. Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
But, I mean, me just, I don't know, just trying to stay strict to the not an enthusiast. I think that if I'm not an enthusiast, that means I don't want anything to do with it at all. So if I hear that shit, I'm not going to be anywhere around. Nowhere around it at all. So, I mean, it's just, yeah.
Ow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But, that's just the way I look at it. And I think that if I'm not an enthusiast,
But you
I'm
don't
gonna
know that it's something paranormal.
Oh, if I hear all these voices,
But you don't know that it's actual voices.
Okay, then
because
why would I hang around?
But because even he was like, thinking that it was a bunch of other stuff. He was thinking that, it was water, it was a bird,
Snakes.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the skeptics are going to go with that. It's the natural sounds of the earth. It's
Critters.
was it pareidolia? Is that what they call
Yeah.
it?
yeah. All right, guys.
Interesting.
We got to finish up because we got 2 minutes and it's going to cut us off.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
We're down to 1 minute.
Yeah. Well, on my timer on here, I'm showing 2. But thank you guys for listening. And sorry we wasn't on here last night, but we didn't leave you hanging for another week. We came tonight. So
And we should be good for next.
Should be good for next Friday. Yay! So if you guys stick with us, yeah, we should be good for next Friday.
That's 4th of July weekend.
Yes, it is. So get ready to celebrate your 4th with us a couple days early.
Yep.
So, all right. Until next week.
Pew, pew.
I'm Steven.
I'm Steve.
I'm Andrea.
I'm Amy.
And as always, stay spooky, my friends.
And that's all, folks.
You've been listening to Paratalk with the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers. If you have a question or comment about the show you just heard, or you have an experience to share, or you need to contact us concerning an investigation, feel free to email us at etgsparatalk@gmail.com or call 865-264-0448. That's 865-264-0448. We invite you to find and like the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and visit us online at easttnghostseekers.org. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time on Paratalk.